Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jenny's Classic Restorations. Well, look who's back with us again today, and it's the Jaguar XF, and in need of a service. Well, I was supposed to be doing this on Thursday, it's now Saturday, and I was ill for work on Wednesday, and then the last 2 days I've had this flu-y feeling and really can't be bothered to do anything, and I still can't be bothered to do anything, but I did promise the father-in-law I will do the service on this, so I'm going to try and muddle on as best as I can. I'm just going to leave the CIB for a week or so. I got the replacement module for the ABS. Unfortunately, it's the wrong one, even though the code on there was supposed to be for it, but it's the wrong one. So I'll probably get on with and do the bodywork next time on that. So bear with me, I'm not up to 100%, but this does need to be done. So we'll just get on to an oil change on the Jaguar. Well, it's actually Sunday now. I actually didn't feel well enough to do it yesterday. I don't really feel well enough to do it today, but I'm going to give this a go now. I'm just going to try a little experiment today. So first of all, we'll just take this this panel off here, which is just usually clipped in somehow. There we go. Bear with me, need two hands really here. There we go. And then sitting nicely down the middle there is the oil filter, so you don't have to get underneath. Now we've got all the under tray under there to do, so if necessary I will, but if you have a look just down here, this is what Jaguar uses when you go to the to have a service. They use this here to pump the oil out. It's actually saved taking everything off underneath. So I've got this this thing here. I bought it quite a while ago. It does suck things out pretty slowly, but I'm going to try it being it's a dedicated hole, shall we say, to see if it will work. First of all, if it doesn't, then we'll have to go down the underneath, get the underbelly off route. So I'll plug all this in and we'll see how we get on. Well, as it's a bigger tube, I did try and use it on my son's car, and it was so thin to get it down the dipstick hole that it actually wasted time. So it is connected, and it's I just pumped it a couple of times. You can see the oil's coming up to here now. So let's just see if we carry on, if it actually does work. As I say, it will take ages, but not hardly moving. But bear with me, I'll come back and I'll get this hopefully working. If not, as I say, it'll take the underbelly off again. But bear with me and we'll see how this works. Well, it's about 4 or 5 minutes now, and this is actually going up relatively fast. Much better than when I've done my son's car, because I think it's just goes straight onto that pipe, which sucks it straight out the bottom, which will hopefully suck all the dregs out as well. As you can see, it's going up fairly quickly, so I think this idea is actually working. So I'll wait till this finally finishes and then we can move on. Well, I have to admit, it was actually worth buying this in the end. As I say, it was very, very slow on my son's car, but it's only been 6-7 minutes, and it's finally sucked all the last of the dregs out and stopped here. So that roughly looks, I would say, about 6 or so litres, and it's supposed to take 6.6 litres. So that was very good. That was the Jaguar way of doing it. So if you can get one of those and you've got one of these, it saves you a lot of backache and neck-ache getting the underbelly off. So I'll get this unplugged again now. I think because it just fits nicely straight onto this pipe. I can get it off, of course. There we go. Right, so that was good. And then make sure we put this back on. There we go. Right, so I certainly recommend that. It's on eBay, they all look the same, I think, so it's generic, but yeah, please go for that idea if you've got one of these. So now we'll get on and we'll do the oil filter. Okay, so I say the oil filter's down here. It's a 32mm socket, and so hopefully this will not too tight. I hope. Oh dear, yes, of course it is. There we go. All right. Quite. There we go. Okay. There's the old dirty filter. It looks like we have got the correct one. The new one, we've got a Bosch one, which is a P7155. And that just clips back in there. For once, something actually works well. I've lost a wrench down here. Right, okay. So we don't want to go over the top of this, just enough to seal it, which I think that's about right. So, okay, all that remains for that now is just to top it up with oil. Well, this is one brand we do like, comes at a reasonable price as well. Shell Helix Extra, this is 5W30. And I mentioned it takes 6.6 litres, so we know we haven't got any problems pouring this one in. And the thing with these Jaguar diesels, 3 litres, they don't have a dipstick. It comes up on the display in there how much oil you've got, if it's full or whatever, which is good to a point. So you don't have to see me doing this. I'll just fill up with this. I'll put another litre in and then we'll see how we get on with the gauge from there. Okay, so this is the last little bit. I'm just going to put in 6.5 litres and then we can adjust it later on, just to finish off. A bit more. One more. There we go. 6.5 litres. And then I can, I'll start the car in a minute, let it settle, and after about 20 minutes it will tell you how much oil we've got in there. And then we need to reset the service light that's on in there as well. So let's just get this back together. Right. Just fit in those clips there. Okay, before we move it over the other side and try and reset the service light and also wait for the oil to stabilise and we can check the level from inside. Might as well just check the fluids and everything before we go. This is just the coolant level. Just look at, I don't know if you can see in there, it's just got to be over that second little square thing, so just needs a little bit, so we'll just top that up, at least we know it's done. Okay, I think that's about right. It's just over that little square there. So we put that back on again. This is the powered steering fluid, and looking at that, that's bang on. The brake reservoir is in there. Let's have a quick check of that. Excuse me. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so that can go back in. The air filter I did change not that long ago, also the fuel filter. So everything seems fine in here, and I'll move it over and we'll wait for the oil to settle, because it takes a while for it to register, and then we can check that and then see if we can get the service lights off. There we go. Now I've let it settle for about 20 minutes, and now it's come up with the oil level okay, but it's not totally full, so I'll put that extra little bit in, and that will be full with the oil. That is very useful, but you just have to wait for this about 20 minutes for it to settle, and then it'll come up. So I just need to top up a little bit of oil, and that should be okay. Okay, since that's done now, we're going to try and reset the service light. It's all done by using the rear fog light switch, which is just down here at the bottom. So what we need to do is push this fog light switch in and release it. We then go to the start button, push that. We don't want the engine to start, so no foot on the brakes. And as soon as the lights come on, we need to push the trip button on the indicator stalk, and immediately afterwards push the rear fog light button again. And it doesn't always work, it takes several goes, but we'll have a go and see if it works. So okay, so I'm going to just push the fog light button in and release. I'm going to go to the start button as soon as the ignition lights come up, trip, and then fog light again. So let's just see if it works. So fog light, ignition, lights, trip, fog. No, still the same. Off again. So push the fog in and off, in and out rather. Put the ignition, trip, fog. Still the same. Off. Fog, ignition. There we go. Eventually resetting service mode. Hold it in about 10 seconds. Just leave it for a second. There we go. Service reset. So switch that ignition off, put it on again, and hopefully we've got no service light. There we go. That's it. So that's all done. Well, that's it for this episode. Jenny wasn't included much on that because it was all outside. I'm back to work tomorrow, so I'm feeling a bit better now. And I've got a week of these horrible middle things, so I can never get anything done whatsoever. So I don't think I'll be able to get a video out next week. We're trying to get back to the Ibiza. I might have to get on with the paint job next, weather permitting. But also, anyone that's got a Jaguar or any dedicated port that the dealers suck the oil out, I do recommend this now. As I did try it on when it was my son's here on Ibiza. It took absolutely ages to get it out. Because I had a dedicated port that plugged straight in within 7-8 minutes. It was completely empty and sucking out the dregs at the bottom of the sump. So I do recommend that. It's on eBay. They're all pretty generic. So if you've got one, do that. You don't even have to get underneath it, which is great. So until next time, I do hope you enjoyed this video on the Jaguar XF. It's just a lovely car, and so it's my father-in-law's now. And I hope you enjoyed it once again, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.